Hello and welcome back to OG Cars. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but me and Owen haven't bought anything recently. We've actually sold quite a few things and this caused a bit of a problem for me. So I had my 169 Fiat Panda 4x4. I sold that thinking I'll use Charmander or Kelly as a daily, and they both went off the road. So for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been without a car and I've been having to use Owen's car, so that had to change. So I've gone and bought something which I've never had before, I've never actually considered buying, and I'd like to introduce to you my 1987 Vauxhall Astra. So then, how did this car come about? Well, basically I ended up selling my Fiat Panda 4x4 as we did say we were going to on here about 3 weeks ago, and I thought, great, I'll use Charmander for a bit, I'll use Kelly. Charmander's head gasket went. It's been going for a while, but we've hit a point where we can't drive it anymore. Kelly's MOT runs out in the next week and she needs more work than we're going to be able to do in the next week. We probably could have done it over the last few months, but with the house we've not had the time. So I've been using Mr. P, the Twingo, for the last 3 or 4 weeks basically, much to Owen's dismay because obviously it's his car. I went online and I literally typed in £1,000 or less and something which basically I wanted something to pique my interest. I wasn't looking for something that was older, and this came up 10 minutes down the road. Now, as I say, it's a 1987 Vauxhall Astra 1.3 Merit Edition, and I saw it and I just thought, when did you last see a bog standard Vauxhall Astra from this era? And it really piqued my interest. And I went to view it last Tuesday and the owner was just absolutely lovely. He's owned it since 1996. It's done 62,000 miles from new. And aside from the bodywork being quite bad, it's been really well looked after, which I will go and show you now. So here it is in all of its typical Vauxhall red glory. That's right, if you know any car from about this era up until the early 2000s, I think. Probably, yeah. They all fade, and this car is absolutely no exception. So I'll just quickly show you, for example, the front of the bonnet.
I reckon this is still redder than a 2002 Astra is though.
I do as well, yeah. But you can see just how faded the panels are on the car. Now, obviously, this car was listed and it was a very honest advert. It said ultimately the car does need a respray. We're thinking we're going to try and cut and polish it and see how well it comes out.
It's been recoated many times before, unfortunately, so it's many shades. So it's going to be very difficult.
It is, but we think for now we can just give it a nice little polish. It will come out a little bit better than it is now. I think literally for the last however long it's just been washed by the car wash around the corner, which is fine. That's what they want.
Tyre shine on it. So
yeah, I think he's given it a wash before I've picked it up, and there's some tyre shine on. You can tell it's had a little clean. Something which I will ask the audience: these bumpers, are they meant to be black or are they meant to be grey? Because online is very divided, and
I think there's a lot of dark grey ones, isn't there, by the looks of it? But it's whether they were dark grey originally or if they've just faded from black. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, because every photo of these online is one from the last 10 years, and they all look like that. So we're trying to figure out if it's meant to be grey or black, because I would like to black it if it's meant to be black, because I think it would make a big old difference to the car.
So, thoughts on wheel trims?
Thoughts on the wheel trims, which we're going to smash up when we get home. This is one of the worser panels again. It's just so scratched and faded, but rust-wise,
as well.
yeah. It's straight, and rust-wise, it's really good. If you can look the plate up, there's the plate. MOT history is absolutely fantastic on this. I'm not saying that there's not surface rust and there's not little bits of rust everywhere, but mechanically this car has been really well looked after. Another thing that for me was a big selling point was how well the car has been looked after mechanically. So in the last 2 years alone, it's had the cam belt and the water pump done. It's had the rear brake shoes done, and it's also had new front calipers, pads and discs. And it also came with a boot full of lovely spares, which is always a plus. So it came with a new clutch kit, even though it doesn't need it. And Owen is very happy because Vauxhall have the easiest clutch kit in the world from this era. It takes about 30-40 minutes.
You literally don't even have to take the box out. They made like a special plate design which has various circlips and things. Apparently you can drop it out the bottom and put it in, which sounds great. I've never done one like that before, but I've heard good things about these, and I don't know why manufacturers didn't do things like that now, because it'll make my life so much easier.
Exactly. You know, like literally 45 minutes he said, and you could have a clutch changed in this, but doesn't need it, as I say. And I've just realised
as well.
So I just saw all the flies that are hanging around by the window.
They're going to be fun.
They are going to be fun, yeah. But yeah, as Owen mentioned, there is a an exhaust in there, the mid box. So the back box has been replaced. The mid box, he said it was looking a bit rusty, but it's not failing MOT, so he never did it. But it's there if we need it. And just quickly, I thought I'd show you the interior, which I think is bloody lovely. It's basically, it's brown, brown, brown. There's seat covers on, but we're going to take them off, to be totally honest with you. But you can see what the seats look like under there. I love the steering wheel. I love the simplicity in here. And there it is, 62,000 miles from new on this car as well, which...
4-speed as well.
Yes, sorry. It's a 4-speed, and you know what? Me and Owen have both driven this, and it does drive lovely. And he's saying that if it's on a long trip, it should get 45 mpg, which is a good thing as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just wanted to do a quick video just to introduce this car to the channel, because it's probably going to pop up on my Instagram sooner than this video. But here it is. I'm really happy with this car. Basically, I just needed a daily car, which is why I'm not bothered by the exterior on this car. I just think it's really, really cool, and it's really sort of my thing. Now, the old owner, he's a lovely guy, like I think we'll get to know him really well because he goes to all the local car shows around here. He did say he would love to see this car back to its original glory, so stay tuned. That might be something I do in the future. I'm not going to say I'm going to do it right away because we've got a lot of expenses on the house, but I do think it would be great to get this car back to its original glory in the near future, let's just say it that way. But yeah, obviously if you want to see more videos on the Astra, we're calling it the Disastra, even though we actually quite like it. As always, like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much for all of the support, and we will see you all in the next one.